800 wild monkeys in one place. And if you mess with them, the females will destroy you. I'm not talking about cute little primates swinging through trees. I'm talking about mandrills, the most colorful, most massive, and most terrifying monkeys on the planet. And right now, in Gabon's Lopé National Park, they're gathering in numbers that scientists didn't think was possible. Here's what you need to know about the jungle's most underrated apex animals. Let's start with scale, because it's honestly absurd. A typical monkey troop? Maybe 20 to 50 individuals. Baboons, which are already pretty social, around 50 to 100. But mandrills, they form what researchers call hordes. And we're talking over 800 individuals traveling together. That's the largest gathering of any non-human primate on Earth. Imagine walking through dense rainforest, and suddenly the trees start moving. Not from wind, from bodies. Hundreds of them. The ground shakes slightly. You hear grunts and screams and the snap of branches. And then you see them, wave after wave of massive, brightly colored monkeys pouring through the forest like a living tide. Now, you might be thinking, why do they travel in such huge groups? Good question. Safety in numbers is part of it. Leopards and other predators think twice before attacking a horde, but there's more to it. These gatherings are also about mating, social hierarchy, and food. When fruit trees explode with food during certain seasons, mandrills converge from all over to feast together. But here's where it gets interesting. These aren't peaceful gatherings. Let's talk about the males, because they're absolutely ridiculous. First, the colors. Male mandrills have faces that look like someone went wild with neon paint. Electric blue ridges run down their snouts, bright red stripes down the center, yellow beards framing their faces. Their rumps? Same color scheme, blue, red, purple. It's like nature created a primate specifically to star in a psychedelic music video. And these colors aren't just for show, they're status symbols. The brighter and bolder the colors, the higher the male's rank and testosterone levels. It's basically nature's way of saying, this guy is the dominant one, and everyone knows it. But it's not just about looks. Males can weigh over 50 kilograms. That's 110 pounds of pure muscle and aggression. For context, that's about 3 times heavier than females. They're built like tanks, with massive shoulders and arms that could probably bench press you. Oh, and the teeth? Canines over 5 centimeters long, about 2 inches. When a male mandrill yawns or threatens you, those fangs are the last thing you want to see. They're not hunting predators, but those teeth can absolutely shred flesh if they need to defend themselves or their status. Now here's the crazy part. Despite all this power, males constantly have to prove themselves. You'd think with all that size and color, males would be untouchable. Wrong. Let me tell you about a 2006 study that completely changed how we understand mandrill society. Researchers observed a male who lost a dominance fight, nothing unusual there. But what happened next? A group of females swarmed him, not to comfort him, to attack him. They chased him, bit him, and excluded him from the group. Why? Because in mandrill society, females form powerful coalitions. They decide which males get to stick around and which ones get kicked to the curb. If you lose status, the females will gang up on you and make your life miserable until you leave. This is huge because it flips the script on what we thought we knew about primate hierarchies. Yes, males fight each other for dominance, but the females, they're the ones who ultimately control the social structure. They choose their mates, they defend their young together, and they enforce the rules of the horde. And here's something even wilder. Females stay with their birth groups for life, while males have to leave when they mature. That means the core of every horde is a network of mothers, daughters, sisters, and aunts who've known each other for decades. They have deep social bonds, long memories, and zero tolerance for troublemakers. So if you're a male mandrill, you're not just competing with other males. You're auditioning for an entire sisterhood of powerful females who will decide your fate. Now, you might be wondering, what fuels these massive primates? Mostly plants and fruit. They're not hunting down prey like leopards. Instead, they spend their days foraging for figs, seeds, nuts, roots, and insects. They're actually pretty gentle eaters, despite those terrifying teeth. But here's the thing. Their diet drives their entire lifestyle. When certain fruit trees come into season, mandrills from different areas converge to feed together. That's when you get these massive hordes of 800+ individuals. It's like a jungle buffet, and everyone's invited. The males use these gatherings to compete for mates. The females use them to socialize and strengthen bonds. And for researchers, it's one of the only times they can observe mandrills in such large numbers. But the rainy season? That's when things get scarce. The hordes break up into smaller groups, spreading out across the forest to find food. Males compete more intensely during this time because resources are tight and tensions run high. And let me be clear, these animals are smart. They remember where fruit trees are located. They communicate complex information to each other, and they solve problems in ways that surprise researchers constantly. Here's why mandrills matter beyond just being nature's most extra monkeys. First, they're ecosystem engineers. By eating fruit and spreading seeds across huge areas, they help regenerate the rainforest. Without mandrills, the entire structure of Central African forests would change. Second, they're indicators of forest health. If mandrill populations decline, it's a warning sign that something's wrong with the ecosystem. And unfortunately, they're already facing threats: hunting, habitat loss, and disease. But here's the hopeful part. Places like Lopé National Park in Gabon are protecting these incredible animals. It's one of the few places on Earth where you can witness these massive hordes in action. The park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's critical for mandrill conservation. And honestly, we still don't know everything about them. New research keeps revealing surprising behaviors, like those female coalitions I mentioned, or how males use color changes to signal their moods and intentions in real time. Every time scientists study mandrills more closely, they discover something that challenges what we thought we knew about intelligence, society, and survival in primates. So here's what you need to remember. Mandrills are the largest monkeys on the planet. They form the biggest primate gatherings outside of humans, and their societies are way more complex than anyone gave them credit for. The males are walking works of art with the attitude to back it up. The females are the real power brokers, controlling who stays and who goes. And together, they create one of the most spectacular wildlife experiences Africa has to offer. If you ever get the chance to see them in the wild, just maybe keep your distance. Because when 800 monkeys decide they don't like you, there's nowhere to hide. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the animal kingdom's most underrated creatures. And drop a comment. Would you brave a mandrill horde in person? Or are you watching from your couch like a smart person? See you in the next one.